So today we got some great news for the next Grounded update. Unfortunately, the public test server is not opening up today, but there is news that they're going to be showing off stuff from the next update coming up in April at PAX East. That's going to be on April 23rd. They're going to be showing off some gameplay, some stuff from the next update. So there is a chance that the next public test server could open up as soon as April 23rd, which is awesome. Typically, when they show stuff off on stream, they will normally open up the public test server either then or shortly thereafter. So there's no guarantee that it not confirmed that the public test server was opening up on April 23rd. That's going to be the soonest it's going to open up. But I do think there's a good chance that we're going to get access to that public test server for the next Grounded update, either on the 423 or shortly thereafter. Another great news was the fact that Adam Brennecke, the game director, will be appearing on the dev live stream on a monthly basis now. Rather than being on like every quarterly basis or near when there's updates, he's going to be appearing at least once a month. That's what they said today, which is awesome because he can share some news, answer questions. They shared a lot of news on the live stream today, which is great. Some of the other things they talked about, which we can expect in the next update and in future updates after that, they're going to be working on combat, making some changes to combat as well as the stamina system. They're taking all the feedback people gave after the Into the Wood update, where there was a lot of negative feedback on the combat changes, obviously, and they're going to be taking a look at that. So they're definitely listening. So if you have feedback, make sure you're leaving it over on their Discord. Anytime they're doing a live stream, make sure you're in there chatting with them. Anytime they post any kind of updates or videos, just leave your comments there and let them know what you're thinking, because they are taking everybody's feedback into consideration. Beyond that, it was confirmed there will be armor upgrades in the next update. They are going to work a little bit differently than the weapon upgrades that we currently have, but there will be armor upgrades. So it sounds to me like, while they didn't say this, it sounds to me like they're not going to be doing the candy upgrades with the salty, spicy, or mint. It sounds like they're going to be doing something different. So they're going to be reworking how armor works. They're going to be giving us armor upgrades, which is cool. That's going to add more depth to the game, possibly add some, in addition to the combat changes, possibly making combat a little more interesting, which would be great. They did also confirm that some of the custom options will be able to be changed in existing saves. So there's been a big gripe about the fact that once you start a save, you can't go in and change those custom options. So some of them are going to be able to be changed, not all of them. There are some that if you change them midway through a game or a save, that it could break things. So what they're doing is they're looking at each one of the options that we have available right now, and they're going to pick which ones that make sense and will not, hopefully not break the game for you, because the last thing you want to do is change something and have it corrupt your save or just ruin your game. So they're going to give us access to some of those. Sounds like the difficulty is going to be one of them. So for example, if you started off on mild or medium and you thought it was too easy, you can bump up the woe, possibly also going back reverse. I don't think they're going to let somebody I don't think they're going to let us do a creative world and then change it to survival. That would kind of be kind of broken in my opinion. They didn't say yes or no on that. I don't think anybody asked it either, but I think it would make sense if they just allowed us to change from like mild to medium to woe mode. The big thing that was mentioned and confirmed, I'm not sure if it's coming in the next update, because they didn't say that specifically, but it sounded like it was coming sooner rather than later, is one thing I've been asking for a long time, and that is base defenses or base raids. They didn't give too much information on how they're going to work. They basically said that we can expect our bases to have to be defended. They explicitly said there's going to give more reason to build, which is something I've been looking for. I know a lot of people like to build just for the sake of building, which is awesome, because that's what survival games can be about, especially sandbox games where you can just build whatever you want and build to your heart's content. But I'm loving the fact that they're going to allow us to defend our bases. They did also say that we can probably expect more traps in the future, because honestly, right now it's going to be pretty tough to defend our base, depending on how tough the raids are, with the little bit of traps we have, because all we have is the spike trap and we have the spike trap, the lure trap, and the tripwire, which is kind of like Also did say that they're thinking about how base raids are going to work, or how base defenses are going to work, because they know that some people probably don't want to have to deal with them. So they're definitely thinking about that. They didn't say whether it's going to be optional or not, but it sounds like they're definitely taking that into consideration. So if it's something you're looking forward to, awesome. If it's something you don't want to look forward to, that's okay too, because they're going to try to figure out a way to make it where I'm assuming what they don't want is to have someone build like a giant castle or something, not want base raids and have the entire thing get destroyed. So they're definitely taking that into consideration. They also said, this is an awesome one, I think, as well. Burgle interactions will be available at field stations that have the resource analyzers. So right now, if you want to get Burgle quests, or if you want to turn in your milk molars, if you want to turn in the chip, I don't know about the chips. They didn't specifically say the chips. I'm imagining you still have to go to them for the chips, I would guess, because you have to hand it to them. But getting quests and milk molar upgrades and stuff like that, You're going to be able to do those at the field stations. I don't know if they're going to add like a new table there or something, or a new something new in there, or like a new piece of equipment, or if it's just going to be you go in there and do it. I don't know how it's going to be, but that's going to make it much easier to get more quests. So instead of spending a lot of time going back and forth to the oak tree, because if you're pretty far away going all the way over there and back, even if you have zip lines, you got to go all the way and back. That takes a lot of time. So they're definitely looking at that and taking into consideration how much time people are spending doing things that are stuff they probably don't want to do. I mean, I know adventuring is awesome, but doing things like going back and forth to the same place over and over again can get kind of tedious. So they're definitely taking that into account, which is awesome. They did mention they're going to be doing some improvements on the bug AI. Hopefully that means it's not going to be super easy to cheese them, because right now you can pretty much cheese every bug in the game, with the exception, of course, of the bosses. But like pretty much every bug you can cheese by just using a bow. I hope they improve it much better than the last iteration they did, because the last time they changed it, they did make it where the bugs will walk away if they can't get to you, but it's super easy to just get up on a rock, shoot them a couple times, and then jump down, re-aggro them, and keep doing it. So hopefully they do something that makes that not an option. I really think the easiest way to get rid of to avoid cheesing the enemies would be to get rid of ranged attack, but I don't think they're going to get rid of the bows. So we'll see what they do with that. That's going to be pretty interesting. They did confirm there are weak points for some of the bugs. So we do know that bees' eyes are weak points, and I believe the ants' eyes are weak points. So they're going to be working on adding more weak points to other bugs in the game. Another awesome thing that they said they're working on, although it wasn't confirmed for the next update, so not sure if it's coming in the next update or one after that, they're working on some type of bestiary or insectopedia, which is going to allow us, they didn't give any details on how it's going to work, but it's basically going to give us the information we're looking for, like what are bugs' strengths and weaknesses, what damage type to use against them, which upgrades to use against them, hopefully what kind of attacks they do, because I did see someone comment in one of my videos today asking, does anybody know what kind of attacks each bug does? I really don't know any either, because I've never tested that out, and I don't know how you would test it out other than using spicy safety, but that's only good against stabbing and smashing. So I don't know if there's other types of attacks. So hopefully they just add all that information in there, and there's a way for us to unlock it. And then beyond that, in terms of new bugs, people asked about tons of different bugs. Grasshoppers and crickets were asked about. Adam did say that those are things that were on his wish list, although it's not a guarantee they're going to get to them by 1.0. So there's lots of bugs that have been asked about. The one that he didn't confirm but also did not deny was butterflies. So somebody asked, will butterflies be coming in the future? He said, I just can't give you any more information on that. So it sounds like butterflies are definitely coming. I, of course, asked a question I knew would not be answered, is when will the Manus boss be coming? And they just didn't answer that question at all, which was, I didn't expect them to. So another question I asked was how many updates between now and 1.0? They wouldn't answer that question, which I kind of understand as well. I'm expecting, if this next update, let's say it comes out on 4/23 at the earliest would have come out, that will be 3 months after the previous public test server. If they do another one 3 months after that, which would be like late July, around the 1 year birthday of the game, which would make sense. And then the full release would probably be the update after that, probably around Halloween this year. So it would make sense if there's only 2 more updates until the 1.0. At most, I can see them doing 3, because what they said was they're going to be continuing the schedule where it's every couple of months. They did say that to expect the updates going forward to be kind of light on content, because they're kind of sandbagging the bulk of the content for 1.0, which I guess is fine. And they did say they're going to be going back from the beginning of the game all the way up to the current point of the game, and revising things, changing things. So hopefully they do some of that in each update between now, whether it's 2 or 3 updates between now and 1.0. That'll give us reason to start over and go back and play through the game again. Because honestly, right now, there's been minimal changes to the beginning of the game. I haven't really had the much incentive to start over, especially after the last update. I just did not start over. I didn't feel like doing the same things over and over again. So it sounds like they're going to go back, do some stuff with the labs, possibly do stuff with quests. It sounds like there's going to be a lot of cool stuff coming in the future. Definitely check out their live streams every Wednesday, because especially when Adam's going to be on there, and he's going to be at PAX East on 4/23. That's a Saturday. I think they said 1 p.m. Eastern time is going to be their stream. So I'll definitely be checking that out. They're going to be showing off some new gameplay. And like I said, hopefully we get the update that day. If not, hopefully we get it shortly thereafter. So anyway, that's all the information we were given today on the next grounded update and future updates going forward. I'm super excited to see the base defenses, because that's something I've been asking for a long time. Also, I'm happy to see we're going to be getting armor upgrades. They're going to be changing lots of systems that feel like they're kind of in flux and can be improved, which is awesome. They're not just kind of sticking with what's there and just going with it. That's awesome. So anyway, if you found this video interesting, make sure to smash the like button and consider subscribing for more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and thank you to all my channel members, especially the Overseer 91, Grey Knight, and Baz channel, and all my other channel members who help make videos like this possible. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.